every day I wake up, and I thank God, I pray, and I always ask, like, why am I? Why did you choose me to be able to get off the needle of 13, 14 years using it? You know, why am I like to feel like the chosen one? Like, you know, today's your day, and how can I forward that to other people to make them have the gung ho that I have? When I decided to get serious, I'd OD'd 6 times, and I know personally there's more to life than this, because in all of my overdoses, I still had a conscience, and it was like I was in a dream, and each dream was different. But the very last dream that I had, or OD'd on, it was black and blank and nothing, and that scared me, because I felt I'm praying and I'm hoping it's not too late.
You also mentioned that you speak to God a lot. You ask Him
Yep.
how or why you are allowed to be sober. Is that maybe a feeling of guilt that you've been, now that you mentioned overdose 6 times, you've been given multiple chances?
And my other friends haven't. Exactly. Because I had a best friend. It was really weird. My birthday's 222, so back when pagers and beepers were around, and my best friend growing up used to always use that number to let you know it was him, and we would argue over the 222, and I'm like, he's like, that's my number. I'm like, no, you know, that's my birthday, that's my number. And like I said, he was my best friend growing up, and I remember I was married and we were living in Bullitt County, and I called just to check on him, and they said he joined the Army. And I was like, what? Scott went to the Army? And we always kind of like competed. We were like brothers almost. And so I ended up joining the Army, because I was like, well, if he can do it, I can do it. And he deployed, so I was about a year behind him. Actually, when I got to my unit was already deployed, and we were waiting for them to come home before I would deploy. And they experienced a lot of stuff over there. So when he came back, he got into drugs and got into heroin, and he ended up ODing, and his name is Michael. And I guess the whole godly thing he had a military burial, and his family let me put my military last name on his uniform at the military burial, and I was currently on heroin and addiction and needles, and that meant a lot to me, you know, him being buried with my name over his heart. So that's when I first started making to want to change. But it wasn't for several years later until I became successful. But that was my seeing all these deaths. When you finally get sober and you wake up and you realize you don't have any friends, you have drug buddies. That's it. So it's like trying to start a new life again. At 32 years old, when I started learning in time after failure that you have to get all new friends, places, everything has to change. You have to change everything. So, I mean, if you really want to get sober, because it's so easy to just go back to what's easy. And our bodies, I think, are trained to do that, to just do what's easy and comfortable. So, in being sober, you're always like, it's new to you, so you're uncomfortable a lot. That's why I say put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Be one to stand up first, volunteer, because the more you do that, it's just only helping your recovery. I felt like I was the lost cause. You know, 10 years ago, I would have never pictured me here right now. You know, I have my own place. I got my teeth done. I mean, I don't know, recovery is awesome.